Don't be afraid to play the long game. I assure you it's going to be worth it. Hey everyone, Nathaniel here and welcome back to my channel. People always ask me this question, how do you find your style? But what do really people mean when they say, it's your style? So before we proceed any further, let's examine other lettering artists' Instagram feed and see what we can find out from their work. So let's check out Stefan Kunz, Miss Huyendin, and I am Gia Graham's Instagram. It is voice and personality. What do I mean by voice and personality? Through their work, you can immediately find out who they are or what they stand for. For Stefan, it is inspirational and biblical texts. He likes posting all about those. For Huyen, it's the playful and cheeky relatable voice. It's so fun to be with her. And while for Gia, it's the colorful and elegant taste. You know she has really good taste. Something becomes your style when it becomes your go-to look, and it can be a representation of who you are. And this is why I say that you don't find your style, instead, your style finds you. You discover your style through exploring and through time. There's no one way to find your style because it's different for everyone. But having said that, you don't fret. There are some steps to facilitate discovering your style. The important thing is not rushing into it. Some get enlightened earlier, some people later, but believe me, one day it will all just click. Here are some tips to help you on your journey to discovering your style. It's a science experiment. You form a hypothesis and you test the hypothesis through a series of tests to find out whether it's the right one or not. Tip number 1. Do what excites you and carve time for it. So look into what you already like doing. Do you like calligraphy? Do you like drawing? Are you inspired by botanical line art? Or maybe vintage badges? Maybe you prefer script over serifs? But if you don't know what excites you just yet, don't worry because it's all part of the process. And that happened to me too. So when I started, I didn't know what I wanted. I looked back into what I enjoyed doing as a child. I started attending various workshops related to that. So when I stumbled upon calligraphy, that really excited me and I just poured more time and effort into it. And that's what it is. You need to take time to do what excites you. You need to carve out time every day. It doesn't matter if it's just 30 minutes because this will help you figure out whether you really like doing it or you just like the concept of doing it. And eventually, what excites you will evolve. So don't be afraid to step out of it and go into the next one. You are still in the exploratory phase, so you don't need to rush into it. To me, this is probably one of the most exciting parts of the process. You get to try a lot of different things and you don't need to commit immediately because you force yourself to like something. That is a recipe for disaster. And this leads us to the next tip. Explore similar topics and related mediums. So once you have found something you like and you've stuck with it for a while, you're good. You found something that really makes you happy and definitely continue doing it. And at the same time, don't limit yourself to that. You can also try to explore related mediums and tangent topics. If you're into brush lettering, you can actually try using other brushes, some flat brushes, or maybe you can try using other pens like ruling pens, automatic pens, and see what happens. You can try different styles, you can try watercolors, and even if you did not like the new medium that you tried or the new topic that you explored, it can reinforce what you already have and what you already know. It will also teach you the related skills to improve your current work. So it's not going to be a waste. Number 3, push your boundaries and infuse your values and personality. Don't be afraid to combine your work with something that brings you joy. It could be your pets, a sport you love. No matter how unique it is, embrace the inner you. I know of creatives who infuse their love of food, Dungeons and Dragons, or even mermaids into their work, and they are amazing. They truly enjoy what they do. You can see that, and people love them for it. Do not be afraid to explore and push the boundaries because your art should be a way for you to express yourself and to show who you are as a person. Having said that, do not be afraid to make mistakes. I get it. Mistakes don't feel good at all because It makes us feel like we're incapable of doing things, but mistakes are a huge part of the process. It helps you grow and it helps you to figure out your purpose and direction. The important thing is not to be too hard on yourself. Neil Gaiman puts it so eloquently. Here it goes. I hope that in this year to come, you make mistakes. Because if you are making mistakes, then you are making new things, trying new things, learning, living, pushing yourself, and changing your world. You're doing the things that you've never done before, and more importantly, you're doing something. So that is my wish for you and for all of us, and my wish for myself. Make new mistakes. Make glorious, amazing mistakes. Make mistakes that nobody's ever made before. Wow, that is such a powerful quote. Instead of being afraid of mistakes, we should embrace them. We are only human and we're not perfect. So take note of what works for you and what doesn't. And over time, you can refine and find your own style and your own voice. Lastly, do not forget to have fun. If you are not enjoying what you're doing, that means it's not for you. Continue exploring and finding your way. There will be a spot for you. Having fun is going to be your foundation, and this will help you get out of a dark time that you might encounter in the future. Later on, when you start to have difficult projects or work with difficult clients, it will always be good to get back to this. While you're doing these exercises and tips, take note of what makes you happy and just do more of it. Feed your soul. Don't be afraid to play the long game. I assure you it's going to be worth it. And that is it. Those are the tips that I have for you to help you discover your style. It certainly takes a lot of time. Enjoy the process and do not rush into things. It can take years. For me, it took a long time before I figured out what I wanted to do and before I ended up doing chalk. I started with calligraphy and eventually did brush lettering. The usual lettering was only about 2 to 3 years ago when I actually niched down and enjoyed what I'm doing as a chalk lettering artist. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, to like this video, and to turn the notification bell so you get to be informed of new videos from my channel. And if there is anything that you want to learn, don't hesitate to let me know down in the comments, and maybe tag your friend or two who you think might need this today. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you picked up some stuff that you can apply to your creative life, and I will see you again next time.